If you really want to talk about what made Harry and Meghan rock stars, like really, what was that one thing that really turned them from a very interesting couple into bona fide rock stars? I personally think that it was the moment they got on a plane and left the royal family for good. It was that moment where they stood up and they said, "We're not going to take this anymore. We're not going to take this at all. We're leaving." And they literally did it. They got on a plane and they left. For me, that is what makes them rock stars because the courage and the gumption and the audacity that that took to do something like that takes a rock star, right? Because especially someone in Meghan's place. I mean, for Harry leaving his family, it's freaking huge, of course, of course, of course. But in Meghan's place, I think this consensus was very erroneous in the sense that they all believed that Meghan was so grateful to have been let in to the royal family. She was over the moon. She was counting her lucky stars, and she would do whatever it took and take whatever abuse came her way, quote unquote, rites of passage abuse and this sorority style hazing. And they were going to haze her till she died, I think. They would have hazed her to her premature demise, whether it was reckless driving because she wasn't focusing, or just not paying attention one day on the streets and boom, or something nuts or rama. She, taking a whole bottle of pills because she can't take it anymore, slitting her wrist. I mean, this is too graphic, but they were going to haze her till she died because they needed her gone. They needed Harry there with a proper wife that they approved of, but they needed her gone. At the same time, they didn't want her gone as in independently gone, where she got on an aircraft and she got on a jet plane and waved goodbye in a dignified way. No, that was not the script. That was not the plan, right? Because that makes them look bad. They needed it for her to look like, she just didn't work out. And they had nothing to do with it. That's the game. That's the whole point of the hazing, right? So they thought that this girl was so grateful and excited to be royal, to wear a tiara, to be a princess, to be a duchess, to live in a palace, to live in a castle. I mean, look at her, right? She would be grateful her mother has dreadlocks. Are you kidding? This has never happened in history. It's unprecedented. And people like that obviously getting so close to power and prestige and aristocracy, of course she is thrilled to bits. Of course she would pay any price to continue to sit with us and ride in our horse driven carriages and sit at our banquets in our huge banquet halls with ambassadors and heads of states. Of course, she would be thrilled to bits to be called a duchess and to live at Frogmore Cottage. People like her never get that opportunity. It is an opportunity of a lifetime. Even her own father recognized that and said as much. And so they all expected this girl to put up and shut up, to don't explain, don't complain, to never disclose the truth, because the hazing is just a rite of passage after all. And she's supposed to just take it and shut her mouth. You don't ever disclose what we're doing behind the scenes. This is our secret. Are you crazy? So then, when she upsticks and she says, you know what, I'm leaving on a jet plane, and guess what, people? Guess what? Guess what? I ain't never gonna be back again. I ain't never gonna be back again, okay? This is the moment that this girl became a rock star. Right? This moment of complete and total independence, autonomy, was just, it was such an empowering and powerful moment for someone in her position. Everything about her position, everything about her position, the fact that she's a woman, the fact that her mother has dreadlocks, the fact that, she wasn't a rich billionaire when she came in. I mean, she had a few coins, but I mean, she was just up and coming on Suits. She was not self-made millionaire yet, right? Etc., 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 etc. She was a commoner, whatever even that means. When are they going to stop with this nonsense, right? I mean, all of the things that characterize this human, right? She was not supposed to be able to just throw it back at them and tell them, you can take your blah, blah, blah and shove it. Because I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Right? And that's when she became a rock star. Do you agree or disagree? Tell me why or why not.